Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today I have another cologne review for you. Today we're going to do Homme by the house of Alfred, a Canadian designer. Here's the bottle, and this is a cologne that came out in 1989, I believe. And this is kind of in that 80s kind of powerhouse masculine style cologne. When you look up Homme on the internet, on forums and things, you pretty much can't go anywhere without seeing people say that it smells like Irish Spring soap. That's normally what you're going to see. Now, nobody's really debating necessarily that it doesn't smell like soap. This is a very soapy, clean fragrance, but you do see a lot of debate if it does smell like Irish Spring or not. Some people say it's like concentrated Irish Spring in a bottle. Some people say it doesn't smell anything like it. I'll say in my experience, from someone who uses Irish Spring every day, I just did a review on it, it does smell like it to me. I wouldn't say this is 100% exactly the smell of Irish Spring. There's probably colognes out there that do it a little bit better, but this is very similar to the point where I think when they were making this, they clearly had Irish Spring in mind. But there's some other things going on, but I will say at the very least, it is a good companion cologne if you use Irish Spring soap and you want something like that. So yeah, cool bottle, very dated looking, and I don't know if it's going to be in focus because I'm using my nice camera today that I don't really know how to use, but kind of dated looking font. It's the blue juice, and then the original had this purple juice that was really cool. This is a reformulated version, I think, so that's just what I'm talking about today. Built-in sprayer, which it's strong, but I don't know if you could see that, unfortunately. Whew. It's strong. This is, like I said, in the vein of those powerhouse 80s colognes that did not give a fuck, that just did what they did. They were loud and proud. They were masculine as hell. That's what this is like at the top, which is surprising because it's a soapy fragrance, right? The top of this is what I think a lot of people don't like. There is this like incredibly pungent, piney, citrusy smell that is metallic and synthetic. It's bursting with aldehydes, right? It is just popping, like it is like, whoa, it's loud. I think that's why a lot of people don't like this, because when they smell this, it's like can be almost nauseatingly strong. I'm not like, I don't hate this 100%, but it's definitely not something I would want to be wearing and like have other people smell on me, like get into a car or something like that, because it's so damn strong. Thankfully though, that does go away, and then the soap smell comes through. And I do think that piney sort of smell at the top is what is lending it to smell like Irish Spring, along with some sharp masculine sort of green notes. This is a cologne that has a lot of notes in it, like tons of notes if you want to go look it up. I'm not going to read them off to you because that's not really helpful to me to help describe how it smells. I'll just say that that top, like I said, is an incredibly pungent, piney, citrusy sort of metallic thing. And every time I wear this, I go, holy shit, this is so strong, man, I should have picked something else maybe. But then every time, 20 minutes later, it starts to die down and the soap comes through. And my friend Daniel-san, he has a review on this as well. He made a great point in his video that I agree with, which is that this isn't the most squeaky clean bar of soap ever. I think that he said that to him this was a little bit more even like shaving soap, which is why some people will describe it as, and there's my cat back there, describe it as a barbershop style scent. And I think I would agree with that it's still very clean, but there is like a sort of creaminess to this soap, rather than like the ultra squeaky clean bars of soap that you get with some other fragrances like Prada Amber Pour Homme and stuff like that, Mugler Cologne. This one is just a little creamier, and underneath that soap smell, you're always going to get this sort of an ashy smell, which some people don't like. I've actually seen people say like it smells like a casino because it's like stale cigarette, smoky kind of thing, and people don't like that. I actually do. I like the blending of that with the soap. It makes it smell dated, and I'm pretty confident in saying that I think this smells like a dated fragrance. It's something I'm pretty sure I've smelled on people before like when I was a little kid, like before I even was in the fragrance game. But I think that's okay. I think it is clean and refreshing and masculine. I think people, the top, like I said, it's crazy, but I think people will find this very clean smelling on you. And it is masculine at the same time with that green going on, that Irish Spring sort of smell. That soapy smell does last a long time. It's smooth. I don't really think anything pokes out too badly when it gets going and starts drying down. But then the smoky, sort of, almost honestly almost like dried tobacco. Although I don't think there's tobacco in this. It's like patchouli, tobacco-y kind of vetiver, sort of oak mossy kind of thing, and that starts to come out a little bit more way later. Like I said, obviously this projects very strongly for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, I'd say. The top, the first part, especially for about 20 minutes, and then I would say this lasts on me like 6 or 7 hours. That's just my experience. I know people say this is a powerhouse. Maybe it's because of the reformulation, but I definitely don't think that it lasts as long as it used to. That's still a decent amount of time. So, to me, this is a perfect fragrance for me. It's awesome. It's squeaky clean. I love soapy fragrances. It's got that green, masculine freshness to it that I like. I don't like the aquatics, but I like the greens. And then the base is just kind of this sort of strange thing to it, and I like it too. I think the juice color is cool. I think the bottle is cool. And I haven't even mentioned this is a dirt cheap fragrance. Literally dirt cheap. Like, I think this bottle, this 1.7 ounce, was like $10, maybe $10. You can get a 3.4 ounce probably for 20 or maybe even less. So it is a dirt cheap fragrance, right? So I think it's a good bang for your buck. I know it's going to be love or hate. There's going to be plenty of people that are like, this is, whoa, no thanks. But if you do give it some time, I think there's a lot of people, if you haven't tried it, that are going to like it. I know it's an old fragrance. Like, I know everybody's probably smelled it, but like, I'm only 27 years old. I wasn't even alive when this came out, so I'm getting around to it. Yeah, it's awesome. Now, on the same note, there are still some fragrances I'd like to try that I've heard do the Irish Spring thing as well, even though I don't want to get things that smell too close to each other, but this is kind of a unique beast. Fragrances of Ireland, Patrick, I've mentioned that a couple times. That's supposed to smell like Irish Spring. A couple other things, Demeter, if you guys are aware of that company, they make like single note kind of fragrances. They have one called Ireland, and that is supposed to smell like Irish Spring. I don't know, I really like digging that scent these days, like really, like the Irish Spring smell is like all I want to smell on myself, right? So anyways, this one hits the spot for me. This is great. I've been wearing it every single day. It's fantastic for me. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. I hope everybody's well. I'll be back with another thing. I don't know if what it'll be, to be honest. It could be literally anything. It could be movie related or film. I don't know. I've been saying I want to do like film reviews and all sorts of different things, but I've just never gotten to it and stuck with fragrances. So only time will tell. You'll be surprised. I hope you're well. As always, let me know what your scent of the day is in the comments. I always love hearing what your scent of the day is. And that's about it, guys. Peace out and see you next time.